Okay, wonderful. So spiritual light energization, it is drawing down of the most powerful cosmic spiritual light into each of the chakras and then balancing the chakras as well. So I'm going through your whole system in union with calling in like the most powerful spiritual entities to do that. And so we're drawing up your energy, enlivening energy within you, then going into each and every chakra and flooding it with the highest spiritual power and light, clearing it out and filling it with light, and then balancing the chakras as well at the end. And so it's really a powerful, beautiful process. And so I could feel it was interesting because well, I'm a terrible artist, but and in this chakra, and we started at the opposite end. We started at the root chakra and work up, you know. And there was this sort of like this cage thing around your whole chakra was covered with this cage thing, and then interestingly enough, also in your root chakra is your legs and your feet. And it was interesting that stepping out into the world, that this was over your foot too. And so it was like as if the issues that I carry in my root chakra, so that's family, tribe, are alive within you and preventing you from stepping out and doing your thing. Both from receiving in the creative energy to do that and in stepping out into the world to bring it. And so what that says is it calls for, like, there's definitely deeper healing that needs to happen within you around your family issues. Like there still is a holding on, and in some way that's the cage around who you really are right now, how you feel yourself to be. And so it's like, oh my gosh, it wants you to call up all the issues around that. So I think it's time to get very specific on what's holding me back from my family and my tribe and all of that. What am I holding on to? Because as long as we continue to hold on to stuff, you know, the pains or the memories or the impact of what happened to us in our childhood in this lifetime, it will stop us energetically from going forth in the powerful way that we're meant to be, because we're not whole. We're hindered and held back. We're caged in. We're imprisoned by the very thoughts and feelings and memories and pain and burden of all of this, the impact of all of that stuff. And so I think one of the first things I would have you do is I would have you write down in a brand new way today, what am I holding on to? What are my deepest pains from childhood? What is within my family that is lingering for me? And I think we need to address those one at a time and release those out. Really, really, truly not slather over and want to heal them, but really healing each of these things one at a time so you can be free of everything that's gone on in this lifetime. Okay, I think clear, because it wasn't a small thing. It's like your whole chakra was encaged by this. So it's such a beautiful thing to be able to see this, right? Oh my gosh, yes. Oh my gosh, I'm carrying all this stuff and it's killing me in this lifetime. I'm completely strangled by it. And really, truly healing, forgiving, and letting go. Letting go. Letting go. We cannot do that with our personality. Only we can do that with spiritual assistance in our higher self. And so I think, oh my gosh, to really clear out. So we pulled that out and flooded that with light. But if I'm continuing to hold that in my heart and in my thoughts, then it's just going to always reappear and be there, So I think we need to really clear out the stuff that you're holding on in a powerful way, because it is still energetically there, okay? In your sacral chakra, how do I feel about myself? It was almost instantly just this simple, and it was telling me, it's just this simple thing. How am I feeling about myself? I'm too in my head. I'm disconnected from my passion. Like, I'm not operating from my passion. I am not operating from my passion. I'm in my thoughts. I know this because I went through this very same thing myself. So I know exactly what this is. It's like your passion's in there and you feel it strongly, and it doesn't exactly have name, shape, or form yet, but you feel it. But really, you're not living and operating from your passion. You're living and operating from the dotting the I's and the crossing the T's and oh my gosh, how, and da-da-da, all those details. which is not going to be us providing all of that anyway at the greatest level. When we connect and tune in, that's going to come to us through inspiration. Remember the other day we were talking about, oh, I can sit here and think everything out, or I can connect in and boom, it comes right away. It's so much, it's effortless. It's effortless in that way because I'm tuned in, you know? And so it was so beautiful because it showed just this. It's this quick energy shift. Like, I'm just not connected to my passion. You know, it's so alive there. And so instead of living from the thoughts, like getting into the passion, why do I want to do what I want to do? That's what drives, and it's that passion. And because of the work that you're going to do, it's driven by love. It's driven by care. That's our spiritual qualities. That's our spiritual presence. That when you connect in, it's going to just fly like that. And so it was showing me this quick, just switch the energy out of the thoughts and into the passion, like connect in a deeper way with your passion, okay? Your solar plexus, so that was how do I think about, that was how do I feel about myself. This is how do I think about myself. And it was so beautiful because it showed me this, it showed me here you are, and here's this wall, and here's where you are, here's when you get to, but there's this big wall, and the wall is, well, who am I? Who am I to do this? Who am I really to do this? And so despite, and I don't want to put words in your mouth, but despite the, oh my gosh, the immense qualifications that you have to do this, the credentials and the qualifications and the knowledge of what you want to share with the world, that at some deep level within you, there's the, well, who am I to really do this? And that is self-worth, right? Does that feel like it resonates at all?
Absolutely what I think, yeah. That's what I think.
Yeah, who am I? You do? Okay. Oh my gosh, well there it is.
I look at all these other people doing this stuff and then, well, they can do it, but who am I to do it?
Okay. Okay. Then I got to your heart chakra. Now, mind you, right after it showed me that, it showed you rising up out of all of this, and you were like this energetic light being, sort of like royalty, queen of everything. Like you rose up out of this and became who you truly are. Like, yeah, I am the one because I am that I am. I am that I am. And it showed you rising up out of that chakra in the I am that I am. I am that I am. And so there's deeper healing work in there to do, clearly, you know. Your heart chakra, oh my God, the energy, everywhere I went in your energy. So these negative things that it shows, right? We won't call them negative, we'll call them dishonoring things, or these energies that are present within us that we're also carrying. This is not who we are. This is what's stopping us from who we are. So everywhere I'm in our energy, the light's coming in, all these light beings. I mean, it's just like this sacred celebration of the highest accord. And at the same time, it's given messages of, oh my gosh, this is where we're getting caught up. This is where we're getting stuck. This is where we're getting caught up. This is where we're getting stuck. And then it always ends with these beautiful, oh my God, the images of who you truly are. Abigail, it's breathtaking, hon. It's just so breathtaking. So I'm in your heart. I'm in your heart chakra. And it was so amazing. This feeling that came over me, and then the image that all came. And it was sort of this... it was this feeling of stuck, but it wasn't about being stuck. It was that I'm in your heart chakra. And it was like, I just don't have anywhere to draw from. I'm like, I don't know which way to go. I don't have anything to pull from. I don't really have anything to draw from. And this, it showed me, you know, where there would be this large reservoir of spiritual guidance and spiritual richness to pull from, and it was this tiny little puddle, like barely could see puddle, is how you feel. Like what I have to draw from. Like, I know I have to do this work, and I know I want to do this work, but I don't have anything to really draw from within me, you know? And then it showed this flooding, this beautiful reservoir, and then Jesus showed up. Jesus showed up. Well, there's a part in there's a poem I read over your heart about, it's a Brazilian poem that is about, you are the beautiful universes. Notice the beautiful universes within you. Notice all the beauty within you and all the beauty around you. And there's a place where we call Jesus to plant a seed of love and knowingness in your heart, to guide you all the way, and Mother, Father, God to live deeply in your heart and to bring out your awareness of that. And then right after it showed me that little puddle-sized thing, it showed this reservoir, little big reservoir, liquid pool of knowledge, of wisdom, and but inspiration, and this is where I draw from. This, I have this well continuously to pull from, and it is. And the words came, "Turn to me." Like, stop turning to your brain. Turn to me. This whole reservoir that is meant to flow to you and through you. Turn to me. Turn to me. The bigger part of me. Right? Because you are the light, you are the power, you are the love, you are the God. You are the creator, co-creating with God. Turn to me. You are not empty in there. You are full. But it is how you see it as empty. I have nothing to draw from. I have nothing to draw from. This feeling, this deeper feeling like of emptiness. Where do I go from here? I got nowhere to go from here. Oh my gosh, turn to me, this reservoir. And it's just so flooding your heart. It was just so beautiful. It was just so beautiful. Turn to me. Come out of the head and turn to me. And then when I got to your 6th and 7th chakra, it was interesting. All kinds of static. Static. And I can't see through the static. Just static, static, static. What's this static? It's my thoughts. It's my thoughts, it's my thoughts, it's my thoughts. So I would have you, again, be aware of my thoughts. I would send you back to step 1, logging my thoughts. What thoughts am I thinking? They're not turned to me. They're about everything that's not, as opposed to everything that is and can be and will be. Right? And so it's like, oh my gosh, when I feel this, when you're in this energy of, everything's discombobulated, it's time to come in and turn into that reservoir inside of your heart, drawing deeply from that reservoir. Okay, what now? Obviously, this is bigger than me. Somebody that's gone through, that lives the beautiful, fabulous, sacred, spiritual program of AA, turning over to a higher, greater than myself. I mean, that is the step that this is, and it's just in a more personal way, making that be inside of you, that spirit, that God is there waiting. Come on in, Abigail, I got so much to share with you. We've got so much to do together. Stop your thoughts. Come out of your head and get into this heart. Let me fill you from your heart up, not the other way around, you know? And guess where we find our passion? In our heart. We feel our passion. We don't think our passion. We don't know, we don't bring our passion into action through all of our thoughts. We're feeling that. Our passion is a feeling thing, right? So it was like all throughout was missing my connection to my passion, my feelingness. You're still all brain, you're still all up in left brain stuff, So easy enough to change around, it just takes conscious awareness. But the other thing it also takes is trusting and allowing, which is really hard to do when you're a left brain, perfectionist, control freak. I say that because I was always one and still am, but every day better. But oh my God, so I know how hard it is to truly release and let go. But it's what changes all of life. When you're connected to your passion, when you're focused on the right thing, my people, my work. And I'm co-creating that from my heart with spirit. I'm dipping into that reservoir. I'm turning continuously into that reservoir, not up here. This is going to automatically kick in when you need it, but this cannot run the show. This will help you take what you get inside and bring it to fruition, but this cannot be the initiator, Awesome. Yeah, so there we have it.
I also was asked to give a lead on step 3 twice in the past couple weeks, which is like, step 3 is turning your will over to God. And so I was like contemplating this, like, yeah, the trust piece. You don't loan your book to someone and you trust that they're gonna take care of it, but then the whole time you're thinking, well, they probably messed it up, and what if they didn't, oh yeah, I'm turning my will over, but now I'm worrying about it like every second of the day.
Yeah, that's so good to catch, without judging, just going, oh, I recognize that energy. That's my old energy. I recognize that. Here, have my book. Enjoy my book. Do with my book as you will.
Yeah, and I've been in that energy but out of this fear. It's really out of this fear of being rejected or discovered as not being good enough, and I mean it starts me to go in this crazy mode of
Yep. Okay, good. Okay, that's so important. That's also self-worth and never enough, the treadmill. I don't think we talked about getting off the treadmill and never enough, did we? I don't think we even got there, right? Yeah,
not
I don't think
yet.
No, not yet, exactly. Okay, so let's talk about, so that was your healing, and it was so beautiful, and there was just such a presence of such love, and there's a body of beings that I call upon Brother Lights who are a part of this particular healing, really cosmic, powerful cosmic beings who we call in and present to come right into your chakras and heal. And so I just want to ask you today to connect, even though you don't know them energetically and spiritual, we all know them, just to connect in gratitude to Brother Lights for all the healing that they brought you today, and just allow that feeling to fill your being, and let them be a part of your everyday. Brother Lights, I call you in to be with me today, to walk with me, to heal me, to open me to how I can heal me too. And just continue to connect with Brother Lights. They're a powerful group out there, a powerful organization, spiritual cosmic beings of the highest accord, So in the end, we sort of send you off into the cosmos for them to protect you and ask for them to guide you and fill your heart every day, bring you closer and closer to who you are and to your spiritual power and your spiritual light. And oh my gosh, it was just this, just celebrations from the heavens in doing so, and just so beautiful. So just feel that presence surrounding you, because it is surrounding you in a powerful way. It is loving you even while you're not. It is celebrating you even while you're not. It is calling you power, light, and love even while you're not. And so just allow yourself to turn into that presence that is treasuring in with you every step of the way, okay? Okay, good. There was something that when we were talking earlier, something came in, and I just want to try to re-grab that. It was around the topic of the trust and the handing over thing. It was around the trust and the handing over. It is not as if we're saying, here you go, you take all this and go do it. It's the opposite of that. We're doing, but we're co-creating in that energy. What we're doing is getting our own stuff, getting our thoughts out of the way. Because mostly mixed into our thoughts is just not, oh, how do I get to point A to B? It's also this other crap that's in there. Well, I'm not good enough, it's the stressing, it's on the treadmill of never enough, it's like the striving, the proving, it's everything else that's in that thoughts. And so it's coming out of here and getting into the reservoir. Like just trusting and knowing that the reservoir is there. Let me just ask you this, because here comes another thing. How much do you trust God?
When it comes to this aspect, I'm not always in that place of trusting that everything's going the way it should be. put more credence on people and their statements and values than on some knowingness of what is the higher plan. And, I get wrapped up in what somebody else's idea of success or expectation is. And, I get trapped in this anger of something that didn't work out rather than having faith. And I know that's a lack of faith when I get angry that, things aren't how I want them to be.
Yeah.
Or how I think they should be.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so interesting because when I started that was exactly the feeling that came. It just came through like, well, this all sounds good, but there actually isn't. So if I'm saying, turn inward and trust and allow, but I really don't trust, it's like that's really not going anywhere. So what takes over and kicks in then? I'm going through life with this. If I'm not trusting and if I'm not allowing and believing, right, then that's all I really do have left are my abilities, my intellect, my thoughts, and let me process my way through life, And so opening up to, and isn't it interesting, more credence on people and their values or their opinions or what they think and some knowingness of the higher plan. And isn't that exactly backwards, right?
Yeah.
It's exactly backwards, right? And so it's like, oh my gosh, it's so beautiful because that's when we can deepen our spiritual connection and our spiritual power, when we can say, okay, I don't actually really believe. I want to believe, and some part of me knows. I intellectually know that there's probably some other thing. Intellectually, I know that. And I want to believe and feel and be, I would totally want to be connected with that in the most powerful way because it can only mean good things for me, right? But I don't see that happening in my life. I don't see that could be happening in my life. And so I revert back to, well, let me figure out my life. And by the way, here's all my other stuff figuring out my life as well. And I'm judging and comparing and drawing from the wrong sources my opinion of me. And it's really essentially all backwards.
There's a lot of comparing and feeling like I wasn't, like, my value wasn't seen, appreciated, acknowledged, or even worse, it was just completely rejected. And you can feel the energy of, like, I'm mad, I don't get acknowledged for my gifts, and I get brushed off by people who then take it and run with it and are very successful. So I feel like, well, how come I can't be successful? There's something wrong with me.
Yeah, when really the truth is, and I'll tell you straight up, that there's no way, there's no way it could work out any differently. Because you're being rejected and brushed off because you're rejecting and brushing your own self off. You're not going to, nothing in the outside world can change drastically until you drastically change inside. So this outer world is just going to keep on coming because it's just a reflection of what I have going on inside. So long as I keep rejecting myself and dissing myself and diminishing myself, so is the outside world. Because I'm drawing it to me. I'm drawing it to me, and it's coming to show me something about me, And to have, oh my gosh, to be acknowledged and rewarded and seen for who I am and my beautiful work, that can never happen at this moment in time because that energy does not exist within you. The exact opposite energy does. I'm not enough. Who am I? I don't feel good about myself. I'm uncomfortable just being me. I'm not good enough. And so that's what's coming because that's what's inside your own energy. And the only way the outer circumstances of that are going to change is I change how I feel and see me, So we clearly have a lot of deeper work to do there, and the part about getting all pissed off and angry at whoever it is, Tom, Dick, or Harry, because they're having success and I'm not. That's the view that we have as, well, he's separate from me. We're not all one. I'm separate. And when we create that separateness, those divides, when I go through life in the energy of separateness, me versus them, that energy of divide is what also shows in my life. Those bigger divides keep appearing until I'm like, can root for everybody, because we're all one. We all want everybody to get ahead. It's not me versus him, you know. But all good will start to come to you when you change inside how you feel, you know. So I think big approach number one. I think we kind of go back to the drawing board a little bit, and we want to clear out everything that you're holding in that root chakra, and then start to really focus on this self-worth thing and changing the energy inside in a powerful way to move from me looking at myself as lacking less, so that I can start to step out in a powerful way and change the energy that I'm emitting. Because whatever I'm holding inside, deep at a deep core level, that's what I'm emitting out, and that's what's coming back, you know? And so,
I do know
it's so, huh?
I do know that, and I just want to say
Yeah.
one more thing, because I want to like have on record for myself this one energy that I know is like, oh no, it's too late, and you know, I've already ruined everything. And I think that's part of that I ruined everything energy is like, it's too late, you screwed it up, it's like, forget it, there's no chance of taking healing, or you know. And it's crazy because on paper that's not true. I mean, and like, I don't know.
What have you screwed up? Like, what do you feel it's too late, I've screwed everything up? In what way?
Well, I mean, like if I take, for example, the lost opportunities with...
Oh yeah, that's okay. Lost opportunities are meant to be lost opportunities. It wasn't your time then. Don't even look back at lost opportunities. It doesn't matter. All they did was show you something about where you were off beat. Now it's just about coming into beat. There's plenty of opportunities up here. What's back there was never meant to be. It was only a stepping stone to growing and learning about you and seeing in a really concrete way where I'm off beat. All the opportunities up here, there's loads. But if I don't actually believe the universe is wanting to supply tons of opportunities, then I will not be able to trust that my whole world is in front of me. I go like, oh my God, I've blown it. I've blown it. And I'm also going to blow my future. Mm-hmm. Instead of, this has nothing to do with me. I change my inner world and my outer world changes, and I'm co-creating with Spirit. Spirit's got lots of opportunities to send to you. So this is too much you in control. Mm-hmm. Instead of really celebrating, oh my gosh, look what I learned about me back here. This situation, and this situation. They didn't pan out. They weren't meant to pan out. Otherwise they would have. They were meant to be showing stepping stones, you know? So it's like, oh wow, thank you very much. I got this out of that. I can see this out of that. This part of me over here, I can see how I could change that up. They're just stepping stones. They were never meant to be. So you didn't blow anything. They're there for a reason. They brought you exactly what you were supposed to get out of them. And in front of you, once you heal your energy, oh my God, worlds and worlds of new opportunities. Infinite opportunities for you. Why? Because it's all about healing, right? But you got to heal yourself before you can help heal the world, you know? So it's like, it's more of when you start to just experiment with a little bit of trusting. There is a big I'm in control, like, I can say this lovingly again because I can clearly recognize the control freak. I think left brains, we are control freaks when we're left brains, right? Mm-hmm. And it's like when we're moving out of that energy and into connection with Spirit, that's where we start to build the trust in the relationship. Because really, what is trust? You can't blindly trust something out of the clear blue sky. It's only once you have a relationship with it that you can really start to feel its power, its goodness, that it is trustworthy, you know? And I know that you know that it's trustworthy, but to really truly be able to let go, trust is not an intellectual thing, it's a thing we feel. And so the more you're dipping into that reservoir, the more you're going to start to have relationship with it. Less talking, more listening. Lots more feeling, you know? So that you can start to develop. And when you do, I'm just going to let go of this thing and allow Spirit. Hey, I can be a grocery store clerk. I could be plenty happy being a grocery store clerk. Or would you like, I can do that, or I can do spiritual work. I can do whatever you want me to come here to do, my dear soul. What am I here to do? Because you're not so much interested in, I want to do this exact thing. You're interested in, what is my soul here to accomplish, right? What is my soul here to accomplish? What is my purpose on this lifetime for myself and all of humanity? Show me. I am open. I'm letting go of the reins to you, because I know you are the ultimate power. I'm letting go of those reins. Show me. But if I'm in there trying to steer every detail, that's where it all becomes an action of this, proving, striving, controlling, and grinding. When on the other side, so easy, so natural, so it's just a matter of letting go of the reins more and more every day, but not into nothingness. I am co-creating with Spirit. I'm feeling that connection from whence I came. I am feeling that connection from whence I came. And when we dive into that, then every pain we have, every ill we have, every anger we have, every resentment we have, every dis that we felt, we bring it right in there for healing. And we see the oneness. Everybody's broken. Everybody's creating these divides, right? Oh my gosh. We can start to have compassion for the others who brought pain to us. And so it's a process that we can dive into that definitely needs deepening on some levels,